When my wife Emily and I bought our quiet suburban home, we deliberately chose a lot outside the HOA's boundaries. We wanted peace, not endless fees or overreaching board members trying to dictate the color of our shutters, for the most part. We got exactly that until one afternoon, when my wife stood on our porch. Confronted by two men in uniforms that didn't look quite right, they claimed to be community police. Demanding she signed HOA paperwork for dues and infractions, my wife calmly told them, "I'm not in your HOA." That should have been the end of it, but the men doubled down, flashing plastic-looking badges and insisting she'd comply. Something didn't add up. Our town only had one police department, and it certainly wasn't run by an HOA. Emily refused to back down. She stepped inside, grabbed her phone, and called the real police. The so-called officers panicked, muttered something about misunderstandings, and left in a hurry. When the real cops arrived, they confirmed what we suspected. These were imposters, most likely hired by the HOA to intimidate us into submission. We weren't about to let it slide. Began digging into property records and uncovered something astonishing. Years ago, before the HOA was established, the developer had mistakenly deeded a key parcel of land. The one that included the HOA's clubhouse and pool too, a trust my wife had quietly inherited from her late uncle. The HOA had been using her property for over a decade, collecting fees from its members, and acting like they owned it outright. When we presented the paperwork to the county recorder, jaws dropped. The HOA's authority was hanging by a thread, and they knew it. The very people who tried to intimidate my wife with fake cops had no legal right to even host meetings on their own property. Word spread quickly among the homeowners. Suddenly, their so-called board was scrambling to explain why dues were funding amenities they didn't own. Several residents threatened lawsuits, others demanded refunds. And the HOA president who orchestrated the fake police stunt found himself under investigation for impersonation and fraud. My wife. She now leases the clubhouse and pool back to the HOA at a steep monthly rate, with a legally binding agreement they can't squirm out of. Every time they cut her a check, it's a reminder that their intimidation tactics backfired spectacularly. Emily likes to joke about it now. They sent fake cops after me, she says with a smirk, but I turned out to be their landlord. And with every rent payment, justice is served in full.